everyone. It's Miss Kimberly. I am at the home of Pastor Nicole and Pastor Javon. They have invited us over to let us know how their family shows kindness to others. Let's go in. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Who do you have with you? Why don't you tell me everybody's name and how old you are? How old is everybody?
Joshua. I am 9 and my name is Josh. Joshua. Sorry.
Olivia, would you like to introduce yourself?
You can go.
I'm Nicole, and I'm 17.
Like 34 or something.
Okay, thank you. Yes, 35.
And I am Javon. I am the sensible, calm. I'm like the glue that keeps everybody together and calm. That's who I am.
Is that true?
Well, no. Me, I am. How old? His name is
Isabella,
Javon and
introduce
he is
yourself.
39.
I am 4,
Uh-huh.
and my name is Isabella.
Okay. Very good. And this is Olivia.
I am Olivia, and I am 7 years old.
Thank you all. So, Miss Nicole and Mr. Javon, what do you all do at church? What's your job?
I am the pastor of outreach. So that means that I work with families, volunteers, people in our community to identify the gifts that God has given them and the needs that we have in our community. And we put those things together so that we can make a difference in the world.
Wow. And Mr. Javon, what do you
And
do?
I am the teaching pastor, teaching and guest experience pastor, which means I am the second preacher on staff, and part of my responsibilities also are doing a lot of the front-facing ministries, supervising those teams like our New Here ministry, our hospitality and guest experience teams, our communications team, digital engagement as well. So whether it's online or you're getting a promotion or seeing people at the front desk or ushers and greeters, those are all part of the teams that I'm involved in as well.
Great. And you guys haven't lived in Indianapolis very long. How long have you lived here?
It'll be 3 years coming this summer. We moved out from New Jersey,
Yeah.
and we are excited to be here.
So is this cold for you or not very cold?
This is actually not very cold. New Jersey has horrible winters with being
Very
so
cold.
close to the water. So
Actually,
Pretty
so on
wild.
Facebook, I got a notification that 4 years ago, I posted something on Facebook because we had to cancel service because it was a blizzard.
yeah.
And so I had to put a post up telling people to be safe, sorry we couldn't have church, and this was literally 4 years ago to the day. So this is nothing for us. Child's play. We do this all day.
And what are your all's favorite things to do as a family? Do you like to do things together, or does everybody kind of do their own thing?
Everybody kind of does their own thing.
Really?
Yes.
What's our favorite thing to do in that room over there? What do we like
Watch
to
a
do?
movie night. You guys go get the snacks.
Yes.
We do movie nights.
Yes.
What about dance?
Yes.
What
Yeah,
about
we
video
do, we do a lot of dance
No,
parties.
not video gaming.
We do some.
There are some
No,
parts of the
not
family that
video
enjoy video games. There are
games.
others that do not. But we do a lot of movie nights. That is
And
fun
a lot
thing
of
for
Just
us.
Dance.
And a lot of
And
dance.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets warm, we do s'mores, especially out on the back. We love eating out on the back patio.
We do.
We like taking walks. We go walk on the Monon. We like to ride bikes. We do some
We
cool
just
stuff
had
together.
a lot of nature walk finds that found their way to another receptacle this morning.
You threw my stuff away.
No. We do like nature walks.
So who's the better dancer?
Me.
Oh, by far. By far.
me.
No,
That's
seriously,
me. That's
seriously.
Me.
Listen,
Okay, but
this is
who
for
can we
church, so
agree
let's
that
tell the
has the most
truth.
awkward dancing in the family?
Isabella. Oh, Daddy. Oh, me.
It's a very
Who wants to
awkward
show us
dancing.
the moves?
The
Who's going to
thing
show us
is,
moves?
my dancing is forward thinking. So what they think is weird
Daddy can go
is
first.
mainly.
This is
I'm
what he
thinking
does
of
all
like-
the time. Dude, you do.
That's,
Daddy, you can go
Olivia,
next.
what do you got? What do you got, Olivia?
that's his dance.
That's your dance.
That is your dance.
And like a lot of it, Daddy, it's your turn.
What's your favorite song to dance to?
Mine would be Look What You Made Me Do.
Ooh, I like it. I like
What's your
it.
favorite?
Look What You Made Me Do.
Oh, okay. I think yours is the that what is that?
Seven
Adams-
Rings.
The Adams Family?
7 rings. 7
Or
rings.
the Adams
Oh,
Family
what?
song. Which one?
Adam's Family and Look What You Made Me Do.
Okay, I don't know.
Yes. That's
And what's your favorite movie to watch? Do you all have a favorite, or do you change every week?
Probably change every day.
Every day?
Probably.
Well, I thought, what have we watched?
Frozen. That's
What have we
yours.
watched?
Yes.
What have we
Frozen.
watched 48
Frozen.
times in the car?
Grinch.
Grinch.
Grinch. Adam's Family. Actually, you don't like that. Your opinion. I love them.
We've watched a lot of The Grinch. I think we know most of the words. The Jim Carrey version.
Isabella. Oh, my favorite movie is Barbie. I like Barbie too. There it gets crazy. Yeah, it goes.
Where was the last place you all went on vacation together?
Disney World
Disney World.
for 12 days.
Oh my goodness! And you all went on a cruise
And then we-
too, didn't
and then
you?
we did the
cruise and the parks. We were on the cruise for 5 days, and then we did the parks for the rest of the week.
And where do you want the first place to be when you can travel again?
We're thinking about going to Florida again.
I think we may go to Florida.
Yeah, just Florida, not the Disney.
We're thinking of Universal this time. 'cause
Disney
they're a
World.
little bit-
Yes, I want to go to that
A
one.
little bit older.
I want to
so
go to
we'll
the
see.
Disney World.
And then once the kids have a vacation, the parents, just the parents.
That's what
We're
he's,
gonna do
he's
that.
only
That's
thinking
the
about.
only
We
thing.
had our 10-year anniversary trip canceled. So it was last August. So we would love to be able to travel again.
We're gonna go somewhere warm, hot, sexy.
Cut the
church
It's gonna be
video.
no. But it's gonna be it's gonna be live. So we might not come back. So for those of you who are watching, you may be the parental guardians of our kids that we don't come back.
Wait.
See what you have to look forward to.
I'm just saying.
This is
Sexy
what you
is
have to
not the
look forward
word.
to.
Wait.
Just
How about this? You guys can go do whatever you want to do. We stay home, just the kids. And you guys can put all the. And you guys can. No, you guys can buy us more ice cream. And then all you guys have to do is pay the bills every month. And then we just will play here. And then you guys can throw our toothbrushes.
God bless
Okay,
you,
let's
parents
wait
of
for
St.
the
Luke.
next question.
I hope that you're enjoying this. This is a painful death to me.
So you've been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
How long did you all date?
We dated for maybe about 3.5
We
years.
dated for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And how did you meet?
I love the
story.
No,
So let me give you
no.
the abridged
Joshua, be
truth
ready
version.
to correct.
So I am significantly older than Nicole.
I like this story. This is starting off well.
So you can tell by the maturity.
No.
And so when I was in
4 years. 4 years
Guys,
older.
when I was in grade school, I was 4 years older than Nicole. So I was in the 8th grade, she was in 4th grade. And she would write me these little letters, and she would like put them in my locker, and she would like kiss them with her lip gloss on it, so I could see the purple outline.
Absolutely not.
So she knew who I was, you know. I was the big man on campus, you know.
Right.
And so then, when I got to seminary, we reconnected on Facebook. I saw that she had posted on her Facebook page that she was coming out to visit Princeton Theological Seminary.
Is that true?
And so I said, hey, listen, you can come. I will introduce you
Let
to
me
the
stop here,
professors.
because
Wait,
let me
tell the story. Let me tell
I will introduce you to the
This
professors.
is an important caveat.
Okay, so middle.
Why I was there for an accepted students orientation. Why he would be my introduction, I have no idea.
Let me hear the
And
story.
he was at every orientation event as if he were an official part of the school's delegation. So, would you like to continue?
Yes, I wanted to help her out in her transition
Right,
to make sure she had a good experience.
Mommy, you are
And so she had a wonderful experience. She came to visit Princeton, and then
Yes.
a couple days later, we went out to P.F. Chang's and had a wonderful time. And that's when she called her brother and told her brother that she had met her husband.
No.
And
he's also forgetting another part. The day before, he called his best friend and said, "Oh my gosh, I think I met my wife."
it's true, though.
It's true. We did not tell each other this because we were not exactly psychics, but we later revealed ourselves to be. So yeah, he was obsessed. The whole part about lipstick, and I was in 4th grade. That is a fantasy of his, that he would
But you
be.
in 4th grade.
I did not.
Did you know me though?
I heard
Did you
of
know me?
you. Oh
She
my
heard of me.
gosh.
She
Yes,
heard of me.
Mommy, preach,
She
preach.
heard of me.
Thank you, Olivia.
When they were kids, first they were Dad was in
Next question.
the same. They were in the same school when they were young, like in elementary, something like that. Yeah. And then Dad was in the same grade as your sister.
Yes, that's what I heard about him.
And
'Cause
then
he was one of the cool guys.
And
but-
then Mom said he was.
She heard
Mom said he was cute. You told me that. You told me
Next
that.
question. There's no defenders in this family.
Okay, I would like to know how Mr. Javon responds to your charges of low-key stalking.
I think that he just accepts it with humility. It's who he is. My kids can testify. He is always, like yesterday, he said, okay, we're gonna kiss 18 times today. I'm like, when is that gonna happen? And he will come around the house, I'm on number 12. Even the kids are like, can you stop stalking her?
It's a lot of
Leave her
love. A lot of
alone.
love.
Actually,
It's love or stalking.
I'm on Daddy's side.
Nine love.
Okay.
Oh.
That is a lot of love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you all have a favorite Bible story?
I do.
And Joshua and Daddy can be
Actually,
together.
the one we heard today was really cool. So we
That was
listened
my
to
favorite
we listened to the lesson today about the
Nina can be
steward
alright.
who was given gifts and talents, and the steward didn't do anything with them. And so when the rich owner comes back, he says, "Hey, what have you done with the things I've given you?" He says he didn't do anything. So we talked today about how are we good stewards, about being responsible with our talents or with a lot of the things that God gives us, and our call to be responsible, whether we're at our homes or at our job. So we thought today was a fantastic story.
I do love, I can say that every time we watch Children's Church and there's dancing afterwards, it just is a way for our family to come together and to all participate. But the story that I always come back to is really not a narrative, but this verse. There is a light in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And I think I've clung to that verse during this pandemic season, where there has felt like there's been so much darkness, and I've seen light in our children's growth, in our church, in our ministry. That one is special to me.
Thank you for sharing those. So this month is February, and during the month of February, we focus on love, family, kindness. How do you all show kindness to each other and to others outside of your family?
Mommy?
How do I show? Okay. Well, I think the first thing I think of is our congregation and the kindness that we share with people through our outreach ministry, both here in Indianapolis, through our work with schools. We've adopted 30 classrooms, providing students with everything they need for the school year. We've given over 4,000 students school supplies. We just supported 100 families with rental payments. We called that Home for the Holidays. So during this cold weather, no families found themselves outside of shelter. Those are things that I think we show kindness corporately. But one of the things that I love to do personally is to share words of affirmation. I think sometimes we think of that not as important as it really is. So when I see someone in our congregation on staff that's done something really well, I like to tell them, you did really well, and I really appreciate that. Or even with my own children, they'll tell you before they leave on the bus every morning, they have to do their affirmations, and they have to say, I am somebody, I am a leader, I am a child of God, I am kind, I am creative. Sometimes they're mad at me and don't feel like doing them, but we still do them.
Because it's every day.
Yes, because every day you need to be affirmed. So that's a way to show kindness.
What is it? I am. And sometimes you're down and you don't want to say it.
Can we do it every
But
single
that's
year?
that's when you have to say it.
Mommy, can we do it every single year?
No. Good luck with whatever traditions you have in your family to show kindness.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. the epic adventure of how he created us and loves us so much that he made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the Book of Ruth.
In the land of Moab, there lived a young woman named Ruth. She married a man from Judah and must have dreamed of a large family and many children.
We'll name them Zeke and Hannah and...
But Ruth's happily ever after ended before it began. Her husband died and his brother too, and that left Ruth alone with her sister-in-law Orpah and her mother-in-law Naomi, whose husband died too.
I have nothing left.
Naomi had come to live in Moab during a famine in Judah, but she had gotten word that there was plentiful food in her homeland again, so she planned to take a road trip.
Ruth, Orpah, go back to your family homes. May the Lord show you kindness as you have shown me.
So Orpah kissed her mother-in-law and left, but Ruth wouldn't budge.
I'm going with you.
Look, your sister-in-law is going back to her people.
Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God.
Well, okay then.
Finally, after a long and dusty journey, the two women arrived in Naomi's hometown of Bethlehem. Everywhere along the road, barley rippled in the breeze, golden and ready to harvest.
Is that Naomi? She don't look so good.
Don't call me Naomi. The Lord has made my life bitter. I went away full, and the Lord has brought me back empty.
Don't listen to them. You just need dinner and a nap.
Finding food was their top priority.
Some of those barley fields belong to my husband's relative, Boaz.
The grain is being harvested right now. Let me go to the fields and pick up the leftovers.
Go, my daughter.
The law instructed the landowners to leave behind some of the harvest for people who needed food, so Ruth followed behind the harvesters, gathering every bit of barley that fell to the ground.
Barley. Let's see. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, sauté it.
Ruth worked hard in the heat of the day. In the afternoon, Boaz came out to survey the harvest.
The Lord be with you.
The Lord bless you!
Boaz spotted Ruth hard at work and asked his overseer,
Who is that young woman?
She came back from Moab with Naomi. She asked if she could pick up the extra grain and has barely rested all day.
Boaz was moved by Ruth's care for Naomi. He waded through the barley to speak with her.
Stay here and follow along where the men are harvesting. I'll make sure no one bothers you. And when you're thirsty, you get a drink from the water jars.
Why are you so kind to me, a foreigner?
I've been told what you've done for your mother-in-law, how you left your homeland to come here. May the Lord reward you.
Boaz offered Ruth bread and roasted grain to eat, and at the end of the day, she was able to bring a large amount of grain home to Naomi.
So much food!
Ruth continued to work in Boaz's fields until the end of the grain harvest, but even then, life would have been very difficult for two women living alone together. So Naomi laid out a plan for Ruth.
I will do whatever you say.
At the end of the harvest, the workers threshed the grain to separate the edible kernel from the straw. Then they held a big celebration. When the meal was over and the lights burned low, Boaz laid down near the pile of grain to sleep. Ruth arrived and approached Boaz just as Naomi had told her to do. She folded the blanket away from his feet and lay down nearby.
Who's there?
It's me, Ruth. Please give me your protection since you're responsible for our family.
Boaz was surprised, but what Ruth had said was true.
The Lord bless you. Don't be afraid. I'll do what you ask. Everyone knows you are wise and kind.
Even though Boaz agreed to help Ruth, there was a family member who was closer than Boaz. So in the morning, Boaz set out to meet that man and the town elders to settle the matter.
I will buy Naomi's land and also marry Ruth, if you will let me.
Well, I sure can't purchase Naomi's land and take care of my own land too.
So we're good?
Go right ahead.
Today, you are all my witnesses that I will buy Naomi's land and marry her daughter-in-law, Ruth.
As soon as it could be arranged, Boaz and Ruth were married. Naomi came to live with them, and a short time later, Ruth and Boaz had a new baby boy.
His name is Obed.
Aren't you the sweetest little thing?
So through the kindness of Boaz and Ruth, Naomi had a brand new home and a brand new family too. Everyone could see the difference in her face.
Praise be to the Lord. He's given you a new lease on life, Naomi.
Yeah, that Ruth is better to you than 7 sons.
Now, Ruth's story doesn't end there. Her son Obed had a son named Jesse, who had a son named David, King David. And hundreds of years later, a new baby boy was born in Bethlehem who was a descendant of King David, and his name was Jesus.
Wow. At the end of our Bible story, Naomi's whole life changed because of the kindness of Ruth. Boaz saw that Ruth was kind not only to Naomi, who she lived with, but also to complete strangers. This is a good reminder that people notice how we treat others, even when we think no one is paying attention. Can you think of a time when you were kind to someone? Maybe you held the door for a stranger, or you help a friend tie their shoes. These are all small acts of kindness where we can show others God's love. Today, will you pray with me and ask God to help us remember to share His love every day? When I pray, I like to take a deep breath, fold my hands, and close my eyes. Dear God, we thank you for always showing us your kindness, even when we're not paying attention. Please help us to find small ways to show your love to others, even to complete strangers. Amen. Thank you for praying with me today. I hope you take time to pray to God every day. And this week, find small acts of kindness that you can show to strangers every day. Have a good week. Bye.
Got a rhythm in my heart and in my soul. Got a reason for this joy I can't control. I wanna sing, I wanna dance, and give everyone a chance to hear about this endless love I know. What you give to me is not for me to keep, it's for the world to see your love. Every day you're giving me your kindness. Every day you're giving me your love. Oh, with every single breath I am reminded that what you give is more than enough. So I'll give a little kindness, give a little kindness, give a little love away. Give a little kindness, give a little kindness, give a little love away. Yeah, you make me shine, you make me glow. You pick me up when I am feeling low. I wanna sing, I wanna dance, and give everyone a chance to hear about this endless love I know.